Questions 1 through 10 of the 1997 Grade 10 Cayley Math Contest is what I will cover in this video. The value of 2 1/10 plus 3 11 over 100 is. Best thing to do is just split them up into whole numbers and fractions, and then we can solve for this pretty easily. The whole numbers 2 and 3 of course add up to 5, and then we want to get a common denominator for the two fractions. You probably have to multiply top and bottom by 10 here, so that will give you 10, and then this is just 11. Therefore we have 5 plus 21 over 100. If you convert that to a decimal, it will be 0.21, and therefore this is of course equal to 5.21. So that would be D. Value of 1 to the 10th plus negative 1 to the 8th plus negative 1 to the 7th plus 1 to the 5th is equal to. If you have 1 to the power of anything, it's always going to be 1. If you have 1 to the power of 5, 1. Now, the key here, which would cause people to have a mistake, is the negative ones. Negative 1 to an even power is going to be equal to 1. And negative 1 to an odd power, like 7, will be negative 1. So this essentially becomes 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1, which is of course equal to 2. So the answer is C. An integer is multiplied by 2, and the result is then multiplied by 5. The final result could be, well, we'll let the integer be n, and it's first multiplied by 2, and then it's multiplied by 5. So we have 5 times 2, which is 10, n. So the integer, in terms of the final result, is of the form 10n. So it's a factor of 10. So which of these is a factor of 10? The only one of these that is a factor of 10 is 30, choice E. The greatest number of Mondays that can occur in 45 consecutive days is. So we'll start off with a little bit of a calendar-like spreadsheet. And then we'll start with the very first day being a Monday. And then kind of go from there. Like that. Well, then the 8th day is a Monday. Every 7th day will be a Monday. So 15, 22, 29, 36, and 43. And then the 44th day is going to be a Tuesday, and the 45th day will be a Wednesday. So how many Mondays did I create? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the answer is C. The value of x is. Okay? The first thing I noticed is I'm going to label this here y. And therefore, since the sum of the angles of a triangle are always 180, y plus 50 plus 55 is going to be 180. So if you solve for this, you'll get y is equal to 180 minus 105, and therefore y is equal to 75. Now if you look at this, all the angles from there to there basically have to add up to 180. That's another rule. All the angles on a straight line. So we have 80, which is what the question gave you, y, and x. Well, y we already figured out is 75. So we can solve for x. That's the only variable remaining. And if you do the math, you will get x is equal to 25. So the answer here is A. 12 balloons are arranged in a circle as shown, counting clockwise, so in that direction. Every third balloon is popped, with C being the first one popped. The process continues around the circle until 2 unpopped balloons remain. The last 2 remaining balloons are. Okay, what I'm going to do is circle each pop balloon. So first, C is popped, and then every third balloon is popped. So DEF is popped, then GHI, and then JKL, and then AB. Be careful, you have to skip over C because that's already been popped. So D is popped next. EGH, JKA, BEG, JKB, and then finally EJK. I was just popping every third balloon, and if you do that, you will see that the only ones that are left as the final 2 are E and J. In the diagram, rectangle ABCD has area 70 and K is positive. The value of K is. The area of a rectangle is length times width, and they're telling you that's 70. We'll let this part be length, and we'll let this part be width. Well, the length, if you look at this diagram, this is K, this is 1. So the length is K minus 1. And then the width, if you look at this part, from here to here is 3, and from here to here is 4. So the length, the width is a total of 7. So then you just solve for this, and you get K minus 1 is 70 over 7. K minus 1 is 10. K is therefore equal to 11, which is choice D. P, Q, R, S, and T are numbers such that R is less than S, T is less than Q, T is greater than Q, Q is greater than P, and T is less than R. Which of these numbers is the greatest? Okay, let's go with this one by one. R is less than S. Okay, that's our first one. T is greater than Q. Okay, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write it in this order just to be consistent with that one up there. Q is greater than P. Okay, Q is greater than P, and again I'm going to be consistent with the order and write it like that. Now, one thing I immediately notice is that this one has a Q and that one has a Q, so we can combine them. P less than Q, and Q is less than T, so that helps. Now, what's the last one? T is less than R. So T is less than R. Well, we can just put that in there. T less than R, like that. And then if you go back and look at the very first one, R is less than S. So this is the complete combination of all the inequalities or comparisons that they've given us. Now they're asking us which of these numbers is the greatest. Well, just look at this series here. What's the greatest? S is the greatest because it's greater than R and greater than T and so on. It's greater than all of them. So the answer to this would be S, which is right here, choice B. The sum of 7 consecutive integers is 77. The smallest of these integers is. So you have 7 consecutive integers. X plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3, x plus 4, x plus 5, and x plus 6. These are 7 consecutive integers, and we're adding them because it's the sum. And they're saying that's equal to 77. So just do the algebra. How many x's do we have? I believe it's 7x. And then you're adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that is equal to 21 is equal to 77. So 7x is equal to 77 minus 21. 7x is equal to 56, and therefore x is equal to 8. And the smallest of these integers is the first one, which is x, and x is 8. So the answer is C. Each of the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 is assigned in some order to P, Q, R, and S, the largest possible value of P to the Q plus R to the S. So this is what we have to figure out using these four numbers. So this is just trial and error. Just plug some numbers in, see what you get. So they want the largest possible value. So I'm going to use the largest possible number, which is 4. And then Q, I'm going to put 3 because that's the largest of the remaining. And that leaves me with 2 and 1. Let's see what I get. 4 to the power of 3 is 64 plus 2, and this is 66, which is one of the answer choices, but I'm going to try to see if I can get anything bigger. Let's try P equal to 3 this time. And then I'll put 4 as my Q. And then what's remaining is just 2 and 1. 3 to the 4th is 9 times 9, which is 81, plus 2 is 83. So that gave me a much bigger answer, and that's the largest of the possible 5 choices.